The story began with Mia Luna Tearmoon, the first princess of the Tearmoon Empire, who was dragged without mercy into a dirty cell. She had already spent 3 years in prison, and now the day had come when she would be taken to the guillotine. As she walked toward the executioner, Mia kept thinking about what mistakes she had made in her life that brought her to this point. Her life ended in the middle of a crowd that was celebrating her death, but in the next moment, Mia woke up with her neck safe on a royal bed. She was shocked because her body had become smaller than before. Soon, she realized that her age had gone back to 12 years. At first, she thought it was just a bad dream and felt relief, but then she saw a diary covered in blood, which had the whole story of her prison and pain written inside. Seeing this, she was shaken. To get out of her worry, Mia turned to food. She remembered her old behavior when she had fired the royal cook just for serving only vegetables. Now, when a scared cook placed food in front of her, Mia remembered the hard times in jail and said with happiness that at least this food was good enough to eat. This change in her behavior surprised the cook. Later, she was waiting for her cake, but the maid who brought it slipped and dropped the dessert. At first, anger rose inside Mia, but as soon as she saw the maid's crying face, she remembered that in her last life, this same girl had always treated her kindly until the end. Then Mia decided that this time she would pay back Anne's loyalty and made her a personal handmaid instead of just a normal servant. In just a few years, to stop her own beheading, Mia decided she had to act quickly. That's why she went to the person she never liked before, Ludwig Hewitt. When Ludwig was about to be sent to a province, Mia stopped him so she could learn about the Empire's economic situation. Mia asked him how the Empire could be saved from a money crisis. Ludwig, who thought Mia was just a careless and clueless girl like everyone else, started lecturing her about the waste of money on royal food. But Mia, who had already heard all this before, understood him and explained the real root of the problem herself. Seeing this, Ludwig was impressed by her and promised his loyalty to her. Mia happily returned to her room and found that the contents of her diary had changed, but her ending still looked just as dangerous. To fully change her fate, Mia took Ludwig and Anne with her to the New Moon district, where people were dying from a spreading sickness. Because of the smell and filth, Ludwig advised her to go back, but Mia remembered her days in jail and said that small things like this should not scare anyone. After talking with Ludwig, she sacrificed her expensive hairpin to give a big donation to stop the sickness. With that money, a hospital was built there, and the people of the area started seeing Mia like a goddess. The next day, when Mia went with Anne to meet her weak sister Elise, she found out that Elise liked to write. Mia remembered that in jail, Anne used to tell her Elise's stories. Thinking about this, she made Elise her personal writer so she could pay back the kindness she never got the chance to return in her last life. Sometime later, Mia and Anne went to the market near the school. There, they saw some young noble kids bullying a girl named Tiona Rudelvan and her maid Leora. Tiona was the daughter of a low-ranking lord. Seeing this, Mia thought she should stay away from two important people, Sunkland's rule-obsessed first prince, Sion Sol Sunkland, and Tiona, whom she had targeted in her last life just because Tiona was Sion's friend. That same fight had finally sent Mia to the guillotine. That's why Mia first decided to stay out of the situation, but Anne quickly told her she should do something against bullying. To look good in Anne's eyes, Mia stepped forward and saved Tiona. Tiona became truly thankful to her. Neither of them knew that Prince Sion was watching everything from a distance, and his opinion about Mia became positive. When Mia returned home, she met Rafina, the eldest daughter of the ruler of the holy state of Beluga. In her last life, Mia had tried hard to win Rafina's love, but she never succeeded. But this time, Rafina herself invited Mia to the Academy's welcome ball. Hearing this, Mia remembered her old days, when Prince Sion had ignored her in real life and chosen Tiona for the ball. This time, wanting to change everything, Mia told Anne to gather information about suitable young men in the Academy so she could make important connections. The next day, Mia saw that Abel Remno, the second prince of the Remno kingdom, was coming toward her, so she tried the trick of dropping her handkerchief to get his attention. But instead of bringing the handkerchief back, Abel started talking to another girl. At the same time, Sion picked up Mia's handkerchief and invited her to walk with him. Mia, who already wanted to avoid Sion, quickly saw a chance when Abel's older brother Jian was dragging Abel away. Using this as an excuse, she escaped from Sion, but then saw that Jian was being harsh with Abel. Mia stepped in and told Jian that Abel was her partner. When Sion arrived, Mia rejected him in front of everyone and made it clear that Abel was her partner. After turning down Sion, Mia walked around the hall feeling happy, but then Abel came to her and said he was not good enough for her. Mia, who wanted Abel to be on her side later, encouraged him, and her words gave Abel confidence. On the day of the ball, something strange happened to Mia when, after getting fully ready, she got covered in horse snot. To save her lady's honor, Anne took it upon herself to make Mia the most beautiful girl at the ball. Anne did an amazing job, and at the ball, Mia's beauty became the center of everyone's attention. When Abel took Mia to dance, he quickly realized that his dancing skills were weak, so he asked Sion to dance with Mia. At the same time, Anne met Leora, who told her that Tiona had been kidnapped. Seeing the trouble, Sion's servant Keithwood helped the girls and joined in saving Tiona. He also said that he had found a handkerchief with the Tearmoon mark on it. When Keithwood, after hearing Tiona's story, hinted to Sion that maybe Mia was involved in the kidnapping, Sion immediately rejected the idea. Later, when Anne told Mia about Tiona's kidnapping, Mia understood that if she did nothing, everyone's anger could fall on her. She quickly decided to handle the situation herself. Mia gathered all the noble kids and told them that if Rufina found out they had put a student from her academy in danger, they would all be kicked out right away. Then she said that because she was kind, she would talk to Rufina for them. When Mia privately asked Rufina not to expel the students, Rufina understood it as Mia wanting to give them a second chance to become better people. Rufina liked this idea a lot and offered Mia her friendship. At the same time, Chloe Forkroad finished her book and tried to make friends with the girls in her class, but because of her shyness, she pulled back. Mia, who quickly understood that Chloe liked books, went to her and offered her friendship herself. Surprised, Chloe asked why she wanted to be friends with a girl like her. Mia answered that she wanted a friend to sit and read books with, because she thought Elise's books should not be limited to just her and Anne. Later, Mia went to the horse stables because she wanted to join the riding club. Her real goal was only to have a way to escape far away on a horse if the guillotine ever became a threat again. The club president, Lynn Malong, welcomed her, and at that moment, Abel also arrived. Since Malong and Abel were good friends, Malong told Abel to teach Mia how to ride a horse. During training, at one point, Mia accidentally fell on top of Abel. For the first time, she felt her heartbeat faster for a boy, but she didn't understand her own feelings and just thought maybe she was being too sensitive. At the same time, the sword fighting contest was getting close. Anne asked Mia who she would make lunch for, because the rule there was that the winner of the contest got a meal from a girl. In her last life, after Sion rejected her, Mia had to eat her lunch alone, so this time she decided to make lunch for Abel. But when she found out that the lunch shop could not take her order, she took help from Chloe and Tiona so that meals could be prepared for both Abel and Sion. When Mia told Abel this news, he told her that he would practice hard so he could eat the food she made. Hearing this, Mia's heart started beating fast again. On the other side, Keithwood felt that there could be danger for his master, so he went to check on the girls who were making bento for Sion. When he arrived, he found out his worry was right, because the girls were making food that was hard to eat. Then Keithwood became their teacher and showed them step by step how to make proper food. In the end, when the food turned out good, Mia happily thanked him, and her way of saying thanks touched Keithwood's heart. On the day of the contest, Abel faced his older brother Jian again. Jian tried to insult Abel in front of Mia and said Mia was stupid for liking his little brother. At first, Mia thought she should act polite so there would be no tension with the first prince of Remno, but then she openly told Abel to beat his brother. With Mia's support, Abel gained courage and defeated Jian. After the win, Mia gave him a horse-shaped sandwich. During the lunch break, Sion came to Abel and honestly told him that he thought he might lose to Jian. Then he told Abel that he was excited for their upcoming match and left. When Abel and Sion's match started, Sion felt that Mia was the reason behind Abel's new strength. Abel also admitted this and said he could not lose because of Mia. Both princes showed great sword fighting. Mia supported Abel with full energy and wished for his victory in her heart because she wanted Sion to lose no matter what. But suddenly, it started raining, and the match was left unfinished. In the end, both princes shook hands and promised to have a proper match again in the future. After this, Mia remembered that a famine would badly affect the empire in the future. To avoid this danger, she called Chloe's father, who was a merchant, and told him to import wheat from other countries so that prices would not go out of control during the famine. This plan succeeded, and with Ludwig's help, Mia set a price that gave Chloe's father a very good profit. Then Mia went to the New Moon district again, where she met the boy she had saved before. The boy became happy to see her, gave her a hairpin, and quickly ran away. A priest who saw all this nearby told Mia that the hairpin belonged to the boy's mother, who was from the Lulu tribe living in the Sullens forest. Hearing this, Mia's face changed color because she knew that in the future, the Lulu tribe would have a big fight with the Empire. At the same time, Viscount Berman decided to take over the forest where the Lulu tribe lived, in the name of development, to increase his own land. The Lulu tribe opposed this plan to save their land, so Berman bribed the military officers to send soldiers there. But to his disappointment, the general stayed neutral and refused to use force. Angry, Berman came to Mia to convince her to remove the Lulu tribe from there. But before he could finish, Mia excitedly said she would go see the forest herself. On the way, Ludwig told her about Berman's bad intentions, and Mia understood that she was stuck in another problem she wanted to avoid. To make good relations with the Lulu tribe, Mia agreed to meet the army commander, but as soon as she saw Dion, she fainted right away. The reason was that, in her last life, this same Dion had cut off her head, and at that time, he had angrily said that his men had died because of Mia's orders. After waking up, Ludwig arranged an event for Mia so she could inspect the forest. While walking with Dion, Mia found out that his soldiers were stationed in the forest by order, and even though he wanted to leave, he could not do it without a reason. During their talk, Dion warned Mia not to harm the trees because the Lulu tribe could react badly. But unfortunately, Mia tripped on a branch and, in anger, hit a tree with her hand. Seeing this, the Lulu tribe became angry right away. Dion picked Mia up and got her out of there, and then Mia told him to use his whole army to safely take her back to the city. Dion understood that Mia was actually giving him a real excuse so he could pull his soldiers out of the forest, so he agreed. After returning to the city, Mia found out that her hairpin had fallen in the Lulu tribe's area. She called Dion again and went toward the forest. Dion, who was already starting to think that there was some big plan in Mia's 12-year-old mind, asked her if she had come to talk with the tribe's leaders. Seeing the tribal chief and his soldiers in front of her, Mia suddenly got stuck in trouble. The chief showed her the hairpin and said he had given it to his daughter as a keepsake when she got married. At this, Mia told the whole truth about how she got the hairpin from his grandson. Leora, who was also from the same tribe, confirmed Mia's story. Finishing her talk, Mia told the chief to treat his grandson kindly. Hearing this, the chief's heart softened and he thanked the princess. When Mia returned to the palace, her father the king called her. The king said that since the Lulu tribe had put Mia in danger, he wanted to burn the whole forest. But Mia quickly said that she liked the forest and wanted it added to her land. Ludwig, who was there, started thinking that maybe he had given Mia too much credit because taking the forest would only make Berman angry. But when the king heard this, he told Berman to build a new town on his land in the princess's name. Hearing this, Berman became happy. Then Ludwig realized that for nobles, honor was the most important thing, and he blamed himself in his heart for doubting Mia. Sometime later, Mia got a letter from Tiona, in which she asked Mia to talk to Rafina about her brother's school fees. Mia worried that such a talented child should not be wasted, because he could help people in hard times like famine in the future. That's why Mia went herself to the Rudovan family's land. There, she shared a plan to build a new school like the Royal Academy and offered Tiona's brother Cyril the first spot in it. Count Rudovan happily agreed. Then Mia also advised him to sell wheat under her name. The count thought that Mia actually wanted to protect him from other nobles, because those people could take his wheat for free. Thinking this, he started crying with happiness and gratitude. When Mia returned home, she saw that her diary was missing. She thought maybe she had really changed her fate. She started celebrating and thought she would share this good news with Abel. At the same time, some masked people talked among themselves that because of Mia's interference, their plans to break the empire were failing again and again. Fed up, they decided to put their attention on another target. The next day, Mia returned to the Royal Academy and felt happy that she could see Abel again. There, she met Chloe. While they were talking, Rafina arrived and invited them for tea. While talking with Rafina and Chloe, Anne came to Mia in a worried state and told her that a rebellion was about to start in the Remno Kingdom. At the same time, Sion, Keithwood, and Tiona also arrived to talk about this dangerous situation. Mia found out that the reason for the rebellion was Remno's strict tax policy, which had made the people angry. Hearing this, Mia's heart sank, because she had worked so hard to escape her bad fate, and now Abel was in danger. At that moment, she asked her friends to help her save Prince Abel. Chloe said that her father's caravan full of goods was going to the Remno Kingdom, so they could use that as an excuse to enter the country. Hearing this, Mia, Keithwood, Sion, and Tiona quickly set off to save Abel. But during the journey, masked people attacked their carriage. In the middle of the fight, Mia fell out of the carriage, and Sion quickly rushed to save her. When Mia woke up, she found herself with Sion in the hut of a hunter named Mojek, who had given them shelter. The next day, Mia and Sion left for the capital with a friend of Mojek. On the other side, a man named Graham was checking the letters between Mia and Abel. He was trying to find out if they had made any secret plan before the revolution, but he could not figure out anything. Then the truth came out that Graham was actually an agent of Sunklin's secret agency. At first, he was making plans to destroy the Tirmun Empire, but when Mia kept ruining his plans, he turned his attention to the Remno Kingdom. Graham told his partner Monica that he had spread false rumors to make the rebels angry, especially the lie that Count Donovan had been arrested, even though he was a very popular person among Remno's people. When Mia and Sion reached the capital, Mia was suddenly kidnapped. When she woke up, she found herself surrounded by some children who were asking her for money. At that moment, a woman named Linsha arrived and freed Mia from the children. She told Mia that her brother was the leader of the Revolutionary Army, but she wanted Mia's help to stop her brother from joining the fight. When Sion reached Mia again, Linsha told them that a man named Jim had told her brother that Mia and Sion could stop the revolution. That's why she kidnapped them before Jim could reach them, so she could talk to them first. When the rebellion officially started, Linsha took the children to her brother and told him to listen to them. When both sides talked, Linsha's brother Lambert told Sion to join him against the cruel ways of the kingdom. Since Sion was a fair person, he decided to first talk to Abel and find out his view about the civil war. After meeting Abel, Sion challenged him to a fight. Mia started crying after seeing her two favorite princes fighting. At that moment, Dion arrived and stopped the fight. Then Anne and Ludwig also came to Mia. After the fight stopped, everyone looked at Mia to give a solution. Mia remembered the old rebellion in her own empire and saw two things that were the same. First, a noble who was popular with the people had been taken hostage, and second, every time Sunklin had come as the helper. Connecting these things, Mia tried to explain to everyone that there was a third party behind this whole situation that wanted to break the kingdom from inside. Abel's guard said that even if this was true, they would still have to take the army against the rebels because taxes could not be lowered. But when Mia said that the rebels were angry because of Count Donovan's arrest, Abel quickly explained that the king had never given such an order. At that moment, Keithwood and Tiona also arrived with new information. While Keithwood was giving his report to Sion, Mia quickly went to Abel. She was still scared because she thought Abel and Sion would really kill each other. On the other side, Abel was also worried that Mia and Sion might have become close. Mia understood what he meant and clearly told him that nothing like that had happened. After that, Sion apologized, and Keithwood told everyone that this whole rebellion in Remno was actually a plan by a rogue group from Sunklin's secret agency, Windcrows. Hearing this, cold sweat appeared on Mia's body, because she realized that maybe this same group was behind all the events in her last life that led her to death. Abel forgave Sion and said that now they would solve this problem together. All this was possible because of Mia's efforts, and now everyone started to see her as the smart princess of the kingdom. But Mia's work was not finished yet, because in her heart she wanted Sion to get a little punishment too. To take revenge for her last life, she had been practicing her kick in advance, but when she kicked Sion, it was so weak that he didn't even feel it. Instead, Sion thought that Mia had only given him a formal punishment in front of everyone so things would not get worse. Then he even praised Mia for her kindness, which made Mia even more nervous. After that, everyone went to the place where the Windcrows were hiding inside the Remno Kingdom. While going inside, Anne saw Mia's messy hair and gave her her favorite shampoo, which was actually horse shampoo. Mia happily took it because it reminded her of something special Abel had given her. In her happiness, she jumped, but slipped and fell down the stairs, and there she bumped into Jim, who was the leader of the Windcrows. Everyone else quickly followed Mia down. A little later, Keithwood also arrived, because he was bringing Count Donovan after freeing him from prison. All of Jim's plans had already failed, but he still did not want to let Mia live, because she had ruined all his plots. At that moment, the horse shampoo spilled on the floor and made everything slippery. Anne told Mia to run, but Mia slipped and, while falling, kicked Jim, hitting him directly and knocking him out before he could attack. In this way, the story spread everywhere that Princess Mia had ended the whole problem with her amazing kick. The two princes standing outside started talking again about the punishment for Jim and the Windcrows. Mia told both princes to spare the lives of those two men. Sion and Abel thought Mia was being very kind, but in reality, Mia had a different fear in her heart. She was worried that if those people were killed, maybe they would also go back in time like her and come for revenge. Mia wanted to avoid her guillotine ending at any cost, so she suggested that the Windcrows be handed over to Rafina so she could punish them. After the Remno Kingdom's problem ended, Ludwig and Tiona brought the news that the rebellion there had ended because of Mia. After all these events, Mia returned to the academy. There, she spent peaceful time with her friends and joined a picnic. During the meal, when food got on her face, Abel gently cleaned her mouth. Then both of them smiled at each other. At that moment, Mia only thought about how happy she was that she finally got a peaceful life. This life was completely different from her first life, where she only got pain, prison, and death in the end. The future was still not fully clear for her, but even so, Mia promised herself in her heart that she would never go down the wrong path again and would live a life that made the people around her happy too.